house in the South.
Let's do this. Nadia Chambers here from Big Gold Belt Media. We're here at New York Comic Con 2024, here to talk about Prime Video's new series, Cross. Ryan, man, it is such an honor to talk to you today.
Oh, thank you, man. Likewise.
And as much as we are going to talk about Ed, I got to tell you,
uh-oh, here we go.
This menacing side of you still wants to trust you, because I've cried so many tears from your monologues and the moments on The Resident. I'm like, oh, so now, but now we're a bad guy.
New Amsterdam.
Yeah, yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Taking a different approach now to a character and seeing this side, when you've been such a beloved face on television for so long, how exciting has this been for you?
It's been so fun, man. From the minute I met Ben, who created this show, obviously from James Paterson's beautiful books, I was excited just because what the world he wrote was so steeped in a very complex reality, and it felt like today. You know, it felt honest in that way. And this character, without giving too much away, has a darkness about him and some secrets. And you know, when we meet him, represents kind of this power-hungry, stop-at-nothing ambition in DC. You know, which I think is unfortunately something that's very much part of our lives these days. and you know, and really my character is a great reminder for why we need heroes like Aldous' character, like Cross, because who's on the hunt for true justice, and is trying to protect the ones he loves, his family, and that's what's at the core of this series. So it's been great, man.
Yeah, and I'm always going to root for you to have your monologue moments, but in this now, we see you are super calculated. I don't want to give anything away, but there is a moment where I would go as far as saying top tier in terms of psychoanalyzing somebody.
Oh, great! Yeah.
So how fun was it to kind of dive into a character with like layers of that sort?
So fun. The psychology of this character, again, without giving everything away, has been so much fun because, you know, we see it in so many real life people, and you know, Aldous' character Cross is somebody who is dealing in forensic psychology and dealing with people's minds and characters and profiles and things. So, you know, we got to have a number of scenes sort of head to head in a way, and they were some of the most fun to play because Aldous is like a rock, you know, and so to push against that in these scenes was just great, and he's a fun adversary.
How was the hair change for you a little bit here? Did we damage any hair from it, or
I don't know. We might have permanently damaged some hair. And the funny thing is, when your hair is blonde like that, I've never had to deal with this before. You have to dye it over and over and over again to keep it blonde.
Right now is looking at you like, yeah.
I know. Especially every girl out there is like, yeah, dude. Yeah, I've been doing that the whole time.
Yeah.
So I learned a lot about that. But it was fun. Blondes do have more fun. I had a good time.
Blondes do have more fun. Listen, I am from DC, and
cool.
And speaking to Ed, which I just continuously gave him his flowers because the diligence of DC, that culture, and not just using it as a backdrop with the Capitol and the Washington Monument and so on, they really dive into the culture. I'm wondering for you, being able to be a part of that and to learn more about that, what was sort of your reactions?
Well, what was fun was to watch, like, you know, Ben's Chili Bowl and like the DC that Aldous and Isaiah are embodying, you know, and like the real sort of honest people and family life and that kind of thing was great, especially juxtaposed against my guy who's the opposite side of that spectrum, like kind of cold, kind of ruthless, and very much, you know, behind the scenes in DC pulling the strings for power and stuff. So to put those two worlds next to each other was a really fun job.
All right. Well, listen, from a lab coat to getting out there, I wouldn't say a person you might want to trust, but there's a lot that you're going to learn here.
You'll find out. You'll see soon enough, I hope.
You will find out. Thank you so much for your time. It's been an honor, man.
Pleasure. Likewise.
Absolutely.
Likewise, man.